and early.
Well, actually not so bright, but definitely early.
It's actually not bright at all.
No, it's still dark out.
Yeah, the only thing that's bright is Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is really bright. I mean,
Dude,
that's a
it's
freaking holy cow. That's a shooting star.
it's dude, I'm actually what I'm pumped about is I'm pumped that we actually might see $100,000 Bitcoin today, but maybe not. Maybe not
Maybe
today.
not.
But I will say yesterday, actually no, right now we are in price discovery mode once again with Bitcoin.
Almost, yeah, it just dropped a little back down out of it, but we'll go over that with the charts here.
97,000? Where
97 plus thousand right now on Bitcoin.
dude, come
So,
on. Come on.
I mean, I did say that Bitcoin was going to hit 100,000 by the end of the year. I
Yep.
have a feeling now I'm going to even tighten that window. I'm going to say Bitcoin's going to hit 100,000 by Thanksgiving. So I'm giving Bitcoin a week to hit
1
100,
week into 100K. Wow.
right? It's Thursday today, right?
Dude, we've talked about this for so long.
Oh my gosh. So, and after
The
that, we're going to be talking
six-figure
about,
Bitcoin.
after that, we're going to be talking about $200,000 Bitcoin. And then my price for this market high is going to be $207,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Oh, dude.
anyway, super exciting. Bitcoin
Well,
is, but
dude,
what
bring it
sucks
up.
is what sucks stinks kind of like the altcoin market is down a little bit. At least my holdings are a little bit because I feel like people pulled some profits out of that and put it into Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin's shooting up. But do you want me to go over some charts real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
All
Let's do
right, let's get
Bitcoin
into it.
because um man, I just
Yeah,
can't believe that
I just sent you a request.
yeah, I just allowed that.
All right, let me share.
Welcome to the chat, guys.
Good morning.
If you
And
guys
hey,
get
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
All right.
Uh
You know what I was going to say. You
yeah.
want to say it? You
Yeah.
say it this
No,
morning.
you say it. It's you. It's all
All
you.
right. Hey guys, we just got to let you know Cody and I are not financial advisors, and this is not financial advice. It's just we love talking about crypto and we're fully up to speed with you guys when coins we hold and what we don't, but this is just for entertainment. So make sure you guys do your own research before you get involved. All right.
Entertainment.
Anything you
Entertainment.
got?
Oh, and
Entertainment.
also like the video.
Oh,
Subscribe.
hit the bell notification. Definitely. So you get notified when we put out videos. So anyway, here we are.
Look
Look
at
at
that
that
chart.
chart. This is
Hmm.
Bitcoin daily chart. So pretty much, um, we'll just, so this is a 1 year worth of data here for Bitcoin. So look at it. Look from here. When it got up to 73,000, its all-time high here back in March. Look at that channel. Look how it just stayed right along this volume point of control between, the average of 67,000. We did have some dips here during the summertime. Summertime was brutal, really
Yeah.
brutal for
It
crypto,
was.
but I just kept buying, dollar cost averaging my way in because I knew this could be a local bottom in that area, whatever. But look how long it just kind of consolidated, right? And now it woke up beginning of November, and here we are. It's just going up and up and up. And what I like here too is open this up a little more is we're starting to see over the last week we had this consolidation happening right in this area a little bit. So, between like the 88,000 and the like the 92,000 area, it's consolidating and um, building some support here, depending how long that consolidates. But at least it'll add some type of support. But it's bouncing up now. To me, you can just see everything's up,
Dude,
with it's
crazy.
all price discovery. We're a price discovery. It
Yeah.
opens at the low of the day. There's no wicking down, and its close, is way up here, short wicks. I mean, it's moving, and check out the volume in this move. There's a lot of volume with this. A lot of people are buying, so um that's why I this could easily, where are we at right now? We're at 97. We're at the
Everybody
top
wants
of
it
this
to
wick right
happen.
now, right? So
They do. They just everybody wants
we're
it to
less
happen.
than we're like 2.5% away from 100,000. Bitcoin goes up 2.5% in an hour sometimes. So,
Yeah, that's wild.
right? So this is going to happen. Who knows? It could happen. It could happen today. It could happen any day. But to me, I think the next wick is going to be touching the next daily close is going to be pretty close. Like, what's Thursday, Friday? All right. It could even happen by like Friday. Who knows? But definitely 100,000's inbound, guys. I'm so excited. And check this out. We'll go real quick to the Bitcoin dominance. Check out the Bitcoin dominance, right? Um, it's spiked up to 61.75%. But I'm going to just zoom out a little bit and go to the weekly on this, give you a better picture of what I think it's going to end up. So to me, we're going to get up to about 62.5%. Maybe actually, yeah, I say we're going to hit about 62 to 62.5% once Bitcoin goes over $100,000 because it's going up. I think we could see Bitcoin's dominance get up as high as like 64, 65%, depending on how quickly this goes up. Who knows? It hits 100,000. It might consolidate there for a couple of weeks and say, you know what? Let's go get 125 and go to 125 or even 110.
Can you
You know,
imagine that?
so think about this. When Bitcoin's $100,000 and it has one of its 10% days, it is now $110,000,
Dude,
right? So, you know, anyway, who knows? I'm just really excited, of the possibilities. But and what's behind it too, as well, with the possibilities of Bitcoin. It's starting to be backed by governments. Governments are looking at building strategic reserves for Bitcoin. That to me is like it's here. If you're going
yeah.
to get involved with it, you big. So a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine asked me, and he knows I'm involved in crypto. He goes, "So when are you going to sell? At what price are you going to get rid of your Bitcoin?" And I'm like, you know what? I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll ever get rid. I don't know if I'll ever sell my Bitcoin. But I told him I have like 20 something other coins where I will sell those. Those have
Right.
a much greater chance for a larger for a 10x than Bitcoin does, right? Bitcoin over time, Bitcoin will have a 10x from here. But this cycle, because he's like he understands the market cycles and whatnot, so he knows that Bitcoin's going to peak and then it's going to come crashing down.
Well, I still think that there's merit to like a late summer, early fall of 2025 based on historical chart reading, you know?
Yeah, and what was I saying? Like September, October timeframe, I thought was going to be the peak.
I mean, I think that that is like the tightest part of the peak right there. Maybe October. The thing is
But
about September, October is that you might have a dip and then it makes everybody feel like, oh, it's like a
but
20%, 30% dip. And you're like, ah, you know?
but you got to watch your positions. And if you think you have a position, I mean, actually, you got to watch them. You have to because there's thousands of altcoins, and depending what you're in, they might spike at all different times. So the
Right.
bull market is probably going to be like a 3 or 4 month window where all different altcoins are spiking. One might spike in July, one might spike in June, but you got to watch that. You got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, exactly. So it might be an individual
It's
exit.
definitely an individual, but I'm saying with Bitcoin, I'm thinking Bitcoin and overall total market cap is going to be, I'm thinking like middle of fall, like, October.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want to play I don't want my emotions to play with what's going to happen here because I really do think That's what's going to happen. And you know what happens is that come fall, you're at an all-time high. Come summer, you're at an all-time high. And everybody gets super pumped and excited about it and greedy and so greedy.
Oh
Like
my,
we're talking like in the 90s for fear and greed index, you know? And
yeah.
and we're already pushing that right now, by the way.
What are we like 85 or
We're in the
something? I don't know.
freaking 80s. Dude, let me show you something. Because I remember when you and I were looking at the fear
That's
and
why
greed.
I think we're gonna have a correction. I think Bitcoin's gonna hit 100,000 or up around there,
Yeah.
and
Let
the
me
market's gonna have to exhale, right? It's gonna have to
let
take
me
a
show you
breath.
something here.
All
Look
right.
at this. Look at this. 85 on the fear and greed index right here. Extreme greed.
Extreme Bitcoin dominance over
We're
60%,
approaching that extreme greed. Oh, dude, look at that number.
right?
It's just so cool. In Ethereum in the 3,000.
So when I said it, we're like 2.5% from 100,000. Bitcoin's up
Yeah.
4.5% in 24 hours.
Yeah. Insane. All right, dude, check this out. I
All
want to
right.
Oh, look at that's you.
Look at me. Hey guys.
Check
Oh,
this. Check this out. It's
all
you.
right.
No, check this out right here. So this is an article that came out um on Fox Business this morning. I want you to check this out. Let's just see if this works. Tell me if you can hear this.
All right. Watching the death wheel.
Oh, dude. You know, I don't
Hold
understand
on.
it.
It's coming.
It might not be coming though. For some reason, this stuff has not been loading properly for me while trying to operate Zoom.
Yeah, I get that too. It's like Zoom is eating up a lot of bandwidth.
It does.
Yeah.
It's weird. And I have very, very significantly fast internet. But anyways, so just regardless of that video at the moment, listen to this. So in what we would call the first role of its kind, President-elect Trump is mulling a position dedicated solely to cryptocurrency policy.
Wow.
Cryptocurrency policy. What, like, okay, it's unclear if the whole would be czar type or White House staff role, but individual would have to present a
Yeah.
president's
We had
according
the
to the
president's in. Wow.
course, familiar with the decisions. So, okay, hold on a second. We're not talking about the new SEC
Oh no, no.
chairperson.
This
We're
is
not
just
talking
someone
about
else.
that.
This
We're
is like
talking about someone who
this
is specifically involved in crypto, and that's what it is.
well, yeah, to me, I read this as he's going to be a top advisor to Trump, to President Trump, to deal with anything the going ons of crypto and helping with defining what the regulations should be. So he's going to have the president's ear.
Right.
Um, so, which I think is it's a good thing as long as you, the person's got to be very, they got to be well, it's coming from Trump, so he's going to be pro crypto, right? And the best regulations for crypto. So,
Right.
um,
But there's just the fact that we're even talking about
I
this,
know he's well, he wants. I mean, talking about.
the fact that it's
I
even a
mean,
thing.
the U.S. is going to have Bitcoin National Reserve, just like we have gold.
Right.
So who knows?
It's just crazy to think that that's even a thing.
And
Okay,
the
so yeah, they
dollar is
say right
getting
here, it says including Securities and Exchange Commission and yeah, so I
will
mean,
interact with regulators with
right,
the
yeah.
SEC. Yeah,
So I just think, and here he is, dude. The Bitcoin 2024 Nashville event,
I know,
which
right?
was the very event that he was like, I want to be the first crypto president of the United States. And I was just like, what?
Right.
Like, what?
But countries are already starting to buy Bitcoin to build
Yeah,
up their reserves.
dude.
But then you look at MicroStrategies, right? They have over 200,000 Bitcoin. They have almost like It's crazy.
Yeah, they
So,
do. Yeah, I just I just can't believe that this is even a this is above and beyond my wildest imaginations and dreams when it comes to crypto
oh
because
my God. I got to
I
show
was
you one
thinking
more
that we would
thing.
just
I
have
know.
someone who is like not like
Not getting in the way, just kind of staying out of the way. But he's
yeah,
full on board promoting it. Let's get going with this
promoting it,
crypto. So,
encouraging it, creating
right?
a czar type person for it. Like, I don't know, dude.
So check
So,
out, I didn't go through the just the regular Bitcoin chart, and I really wanted
oh
to.
yeah, do that, do that.
So I had made this bull flag a little while ago, but I had only had it to here when I made it, so I just extended my legs before I shared my screen. But you can see, look at this. What is anyway? As you can see, Bitcoin has broken out of this bull flag. Definitely confirmed. It is gone. Look at this thing. It just took off, blew by the all-time high, and it's just going continually going on in the up direction. It's gonna 100,000 incoming. Oh my God. Look at that chart. But mind you, we're gonna have a correction. And it could
Yeah,
come
you
back
have
down
to.
to you have to, right?
It's inevitable.
So so to me, the correction is gonna probably come back down to like short term when we do have one. I would say we're gonna go back into like the 80s, um, somewhere in there.
You think we're actually gonna
At
go all the way back down to the eight? Well, yeah,
87. I mean, they say in a Bitcoin bull run, it has anywhere from like 10 to 12 drops of like 20% or more.
but we're saying in the short term is what we're talking about. Like before next year, we're actually are we gonna see the hundred
Who
thousand
knows?
drop down into 80 before next year? Talk about volatility if that's true.
Oh my.
And what does that mean for the alts? You know, like what does that
See,
mean
I
for the
picture this.
altcoins?
I picture this. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I picture this going up to here, somewhere in here, but then it's gonna probably go back down. But it could be totally opposite. I know in past, I think past years, let me zoom back. I want to say December going into January is booming, and like usually like February would be like kind of a down, a correction month or retest. So I'm trying to look at last bull market. So here we are. So that would be just call it November of 2020, right? So here we are. Yeah, here's November of 2020. It's going up and it just continues up. And we have like a sideways or a little correction in January into February. So this could just, if this is just up until the end of the year, and then it had that little correction in February, and then it had like its first top. And who knows if we're going to have a double top or not when this happens. But this was ended up looking like a double top. So we had in April, but then we had the correction again. I think this was wasn't this COVID? Yeah, that was the COVID probably. But
That was
then
the
we
bump.
just
Yeah.
yeah, and then but we just came right back up. So if this thing is up until January, even if it just slows down, it just goes up till uh, actually, let me go back to the daily now. Just so if this goes up from here just through the end of the year, I mean, we are, I mean, we could be looking at, I mean, here's the roughly the end of the year is at the end of the, oh, let me get a little more room. There's January 1st right there. How much are we going to go up to from now till then? What do you think, Cody? 10%? You think we still got 10% to go in Bitcoin before by the end of the year? But look at
I mean,
Let me just
10%'s
stick
kind of pushing it a little bit higher than I would expect.
from
But
now till the end of the year. So say we gained 5% from now till the end of the year, right? So
you'd think that 100,000 would be like a new support level that
so it's
everyone's satisfied with, you know?
so it would be around 103,000 if it just continues in an up direction from now to the end of the year. That's not much.
It's not, but I could see that. I could see that a lot more.
Hmm. Yeah, but who knows? It could go sideways for a while. So, um, anyways, it's nice, it's fun to look at. But if you're looking at previous years, this could be up around 110, 115,000 by the end of the year. And
So,
then maybe go up a little more, and then January into February come back down and test this level, and then
can you
to
actually,
the moon it goes.
well, can you do me a favor and take a look at the chart? Um,
Actually,
the
well,
2017 chart, like what was Bitcoin at? Did you actually just look at that? I can't remember.
back it went. Yeah, I did.
2016 of the
Well,
month
2000. No, I didn't do 2016. I just went back to 2020. So,
because I'm actually feeling more like this feels a lot more like the 17 bull run
but
than it does the
hold on.
21 bull run. You know what I mean? Am I saying that right? 21 bull
Yeah,
run? Yeah.
yeah.
Because the
All right.
2020,
So here we are in November of
yeah,
16, right?
yeah,
And we're down at $689. And then, yeah. So, and then it just, so it went from 686 to, and it peaked in January at like 1200. It almost doubled. And then from, so if it doubled, we'll go through that number after. And then from there, it just went up till, March and went down. But I think we're a month behind this one. And then it had a correction. And then it went up, a little correction, up. Look at all these bull flags, right? And then it got to
dude.
then it got to the fall of 17, and Bitcoin said, I'm freaking out of here. 20,000 coming in inbound.
That was such a monumental day.
Oh my God, right? And then,
Like that for some reason I felt like 20,000 was a bigger deal than even when Bitcoin hit a four figure. You know,
oh yeah,
like when Bitcoin hit $1,000, everyone was like stoked about it, but I feel like the real big deal was the 20,000. And I don't know if that's just because that was its all-time high, but it just everyone got couldn't believe it. We were just like $20,000 Bitcoin. And everyone was saying 100,000, and that was the mindset. Everyone just immediately thought we were just going straight to 100,000 from there. And this was 7 years ago.
right? So
So let me just make a point here. Whatever your serious, crazy expectations are for the price of Bitcoin, like if you guys are thinking right now that you're going to see a quarter million to a half a million to $1 million Bitcoin, do not expect that to happen this coming year, okay? Because now
no,
quarter million possible, but don't expect that. That's a
no,
real
this is like
bullish thing to
10,
think of.
20 year outlook.
Exactly. But that's the mistake that a lot of people make, and that's what happens is that you come to the end of the bull run and you're not even thinking about the fact that you're coming to the end of the bull run. It's just like I think that's the mistake that everybody, it's called greed. That's just what the mistake is.
Yes,
Like don't follow the herd. So
right.
that's what I think we should be reminding ourselves is to be taking profits. It's an okay thing to do that, you know, and actually
It
have some
is.
ideas set in stone. I mean, think about this. Like, okay, I want to change the subject, but stay on subject at the same time. Okay.
All right.
So take CLV, for example. Okay, that thing has been performing like crazy. We've seen that thing do a 3x in a few days. No, in a day. It did a 3x
and
in a day
and then go down.
and then go down.
It's
How
funny
many
you
of
were
you guys that
funny you
hold
were
CLV, which I know a lot of you guys hold CLV, didn't take profits? When
um
you,
I didn't.
I didn't take profits. We're guilty of it. All right.
It
And it's because
happened
we all
right.
have this greedy mindset of want to 10x, you know?
Right. Well, it all depends on like because like I bought at a much higher rate and got my dollar cost down, but still, someone that bought down here and has a 3 cent, cost and it went up to, at one point, 17 cents.
Yeah.
So even
Yeah.
if you got out at 15 cents, that would have been a 5x,
Yeah.
right? But unfortunately, my average cost isn't way down here. It's good. I'm in profit right now, but it's not way down there. So anyway, but this chart, man, I'm loving it. Like I said, some key numbers held for me. I was a little nervous. I know I had said it in my last CLV video. Um, Not nervous, just thinking it was going to come back down to around 7 cents. And I said it could go as low as six. But yeah, it went down to like just under 7 cents. And we've had a really nice rebound. Um, it has a higher close than its previous higher close over here at 10 cents. It's at 11 cents now. So I see CLV breaking back out to at least up to the 15 cent range. Retesting this, it might just blow by it. I'm going to zoom out real quick.
Yeah.
All right. So,
That
so let me get
do
some
you-
stuff out of here. So you can see we just got to get a close above like this 13 cent range. So once we get a close and we can turn this level right here, that's kind of our resistance level right now into support, then from there, really, it's going to catapult. It's going to go. It might consolidate a little bit, but with this bull market and the trend up, we're going to go up to the 35, 40 cent range quick. Who knows? This breaks. If this break can break, who knows? We could reach this level by the end of the year. But
which
I'm
isn't, yeah, that's, yeah.
right.
I mean, can you imagine that?
So who knows? But I really like CLV,
I do too. I'm been
dollar
very happy
88,
with it.
dollar 88 is its all-time high. And I'm just gonna pull it up here real quick. Yeah, things load slow, but we're getting there. I think
Yeah,
it's time to
I don't know. I mean,
upgrade
I,
everything. So it's at 496 now. But
when's a good buying point for this right now? What are your
so
thoughts on that?
say that again.
What's a good buying point for CLV?
Um, just let me. So this 10x's or 18x's, that would be like 1.8 to $2 billion market cap, which I think it can support it. There's no more inflation. All coins are in circulation. So I think
Right.
this thing is going to go. This is going to be a big one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So anyway, let me go back to the chart and I'm just going to close this and get where I think an entry point is. I'm just trying to close that window. All right, let me go back to zoom in real quick. I'm just going to put something back on real quick. I'm going to just zoom in 8 hours. So here's the shorter term trend. So really, probably 9 cents would be a decent price. It might even come back down and go to like 8.68 cents, retest the 20-day moving average as support. So yeah, so and that's short term. But we'll have to wait and see. We did have a lower high here. We'll see what this low does. Could we make a lower low? But short term, yeah, I would say depending on what they're doing. I mean, if they're trying to swing trade it, I'd probably maybe, you know, just go in at different levels if you have,
Well,
split.
even just an entry point, like not even, like,
Yeah. Well,
because I,
entry point right now, entry point, I would say it's going to go back down to 9 cents short term.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
It's just a matter if it's going to go below that. All depends what the market's doing. Um, but yeah, just an entry point if you're trying to start a position. Now, this is with the each candle is 2 hours. So this is kind of breaking below its 20-day on the 2 hour. So again, right around that 9 cents level would be a good level.
I mean, from an Elliott wave stance, that looks like that you're on mountain number two,
Yep.
out of the five mountains. But
Yep.
maybe I'm reading that wrong. I don't know.
Huh.
For a new higher
Yeah,
low.
right. I don't use the Elliott wave.
Yeah, I mean that's the wonderful thing about charts is there's so many different
I just use a
philosophies.
few indicators. I just like simple,
Yeah, which
you
is good
know.
because that's what, you don't
I
want to
I will look at
overcomplicate
the
things.
MACD and the RSSI once in a while.
Yeah,
Um, but anyway, I just like keeping it simple.
yeah,
So yeah, I would say Clover Finance, a good entry point would be around 9 cents.
yeah.
I think we're gonna revisit that,
Now,
which is like,
what about a Bitcoin entry?
oh my, a Bitcoin entry.
We got a
I
few more minutes left.
All right, let me see.
It's
I'm
hard
just
to tell, dude, with the Bitcoin entry. Actually, if you're Michael Saylor, the
it
Bitcoin
does,
entry is now.
or Robert Kiyosaki.
Oh yeah, that's Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah.
But all of them, dude. I mean, because they're all thinking about Bitcoin in the long term.
Yep.
And I think a huge mistake that I made, Brian, back when we first started investing in crypto was I was not taking profits into Satoshi value.
Right.
That like we all think about taking profits in our currency's value, our government's currency's value, but to take profits in Satoshi value, I think is super important.
Right. If you do that way, so you sell your stuff into Bitcoin instead. Um,
Why not? And then have the long-term game be in Bitcoin.
right. And that's your strategic reserve,
Right.
your
Because
own
the
personal
dominance,
strategic,
well,
right?
because like, correct me if I'm wrong, and I know we don't have time for this right now, but maybe this is something we can look up for another chart, or if you do have time, we could look it up.
I don't.
But it could
Not
be
today.
that Bitcoin dominance chart in the bear market is an interesting thing to think about, you know?
Yes, it is.
So, anyways, all right.
All right. I'm trying to figure out entry point. Man, I,
It's so hard to
see,
tell.
this is tough because
Discovery mode.
it's discovery mode.
Yeah,
So who knows, kickbacks. Like to me,
that's so hard to
yeah, will
tell.
it go back down to 96,000 short term? Probably
Yeah.
95 and a half, 96. But who knows? It might not, right?
But I appreciate the gradual incline that we've been having rather than shooting up like crazy?
Well, this is gradual because this is the 2 hour candle wicks. And
No,
I
I
have,
know, but I know, but
right?
I'm saying over this past year, it hasn't been as exciting as one would want it to be. To me, that's not,
I think it was very deceptive because I'm going to show you the last year.
yeah.
Here's the
It was
last
like
year, right?
it was like
So,
a hidden bull run?
so here's the last year. So we're in November, right? Right around here.
Yeah.
So actually, Oh my gosh. Sorry. All right, I'm finishing with this.
Yep, that's good.
Right. So, not much happening in the last year. Bitcoin only went up 159%. So, and I'm going to finish on that, folks.
Dude, it was just like a bull run.
Not much happened last year.
But that's my point. You know, people are just waiting and waiting and waiting, and then they open up their wallets and they're like, what happened? You know?
Yeah. So, all right.
Yeah,
And
dude. Well, hey guys, we got to go, but
we
I'll say
do.
this, you know, just
So,
have fun. It's gonna be a ride. Just,
it's going to be
it's
so much fun.
yeah. But guys,
But
hey, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification. That'd mean the world to us.
it will.
We'll be putting out some more videos here soon, and if Brian and I have an opportunity to, once we hit the 100K, we might try to go live on that, or maybe I'll just try to go by myself, depending on if Brian can make it or not. But
Yep.
yeah, I'm excited. So, but
So, all
thanks,
right.
Brian.
So we'll talk to you guys later today.